Yo to the yo, everyone. Welcome back. Oh boy, last time we got into, well, you know, testimony from the dead. Gotta love it, gotta love it. I don't think it's the first time that's happened. Pretty sure it's happened before in Ace Attorney history, but here we are again. Spirit channeling someone who's dead and getting their testimony. Oh boy, oh boy. Anyway, everyone, are you ready for this? Because it's time. We suspect this guy of murdering the Prey Zealot. Did he actually? Or was that not the case? I still think that maybe his wife might secretly be a candidate for all this, but I mean, we'll see what comes of all this. Let's see. I was entertaining his majesty and his family when the crime occurred. You were entertaining his majesty and his family during the crime? Indeed, my wife, Believe, was treating them to her wonderful home cooking. Your wife was there that day? Why, yes, she was in the kitchen cooking up a storm the entire time. Come to think of it, I don't think I saw her at all that day. She takes her culinary duties most seriously, you see. That is why she was in the kitchen cooking without pause the entire day. The judge never saw Mrs. Inmee. I should have Abbot Inmee add that to his testimony. Have him add it. Please add that statement to your testimony. As you wish. Oh boy. Looks like we're going that way right now. Oh boy. My wife, Believe, was in the kitchen cooking the entire time. What was your wife making that day? The menu today featured Hotten soup pies and Melton moat. Melton moat. They are both traditional Khura'inese dishes. Can't begin to imagine what those are. Oh yes, exquisite zest of Hotten soup pies. Hotten soup pies. I mean, it's got to be like surprise. Hotten surprise. Hotten surprise. Hotten surprise. What? Hot and surprise? I don't even know, man. Supreme textures of Melton moat. I don't know what Melton moat is, though. It's Melton something, probably. Lady Inmee's cooking that day was utterly unforgettable. Thank you. It brings me great joy to know you enjoyed your meal. Now, once His Majesty and his family had left, when I listened to the tape later, I heard a man and a woman quarreling. A man and a woman quarreling, huh? Heard everything from a recording. Oops, wrong button. Indeed. Each night I would secretly check what the listening device had recorded. I would have been in serious trouble with my lovely wife had she discovered my secret. Can you really tell what happened by the audio alone? Long years of aesthetic training have sharpened my hearing. It is but a simple matter for me to ascertain a situation by the sounds I hear. Practicing Khura'inism improves your hearing? Hearing is but one of the senses it can improve. If one can focus and attain inner peace, all 5 senses can be sharpened. Makes sense. Why, the warbod over in the bazaar just cried. Did you not hear it? Give me a break. Yeah, man, give me a break. Sound like an altercation between Acolyte Zealot and Acolyte Fey. Hold on, are you sure about those voices? Was it really Acolyte Zealot and Miss Fey? I'd say that it was the most reasonable conclusion under the circumstances. Or perhaps Acolyte Fey has an alibi that you can prove. I'm afraid not. I suggest you make like a mollusk and climb up. Now I will continue my testimony if I may. After that, there was a loud noise, followed by a haunting silence. The thing is, though, there's the family photo, but, I mean, everybody's in there. I mean, we're gonna claim he did it. I mean, he's in the photo. We're gonna claim Maya did it. She's in the photo. I mean, we can't really... I don't know if the photo is going to be used for this or not, but it does just seem kind of weird. A loud noise, I'd say that's worth looking into. It was a terrible crashing sound. Poor Acolyte Zealot, it must have felt so heavy. Must have been the sound of that stone slab falling over. I add that statement to his testimony. Ooh, 2 things added to the testimony. Please add that statement to your testimony. As you wish. I would describe the noise as a terrible crash. Poor Zealot, it must have felt so heavy.
Hold it!
Believe that terrible crash is connected to Acolyte Zealot's death. Yes, the sound, no doubt, was poor Zealot's death knell. Such a tragedy, for he was a fine disciple. I would ask all here today to give a prayer for his departed soul. Zushrei Matame Yoma. Zushrei Matame Yoma! Zushrei Matame Yoma! I had high hopes for that young man's future. Zushrei Matame Yoma. Why do I feel like such a jerk for just trying to do my job right now? Mr. Wright, do you still feel the need to question the High Priest? His alibi is as tight as can be. It isn't going so well, I better ask him about something else. I'm curious, Abbot Inmee. Did you stop by the rebel hideout after His Majesty left? Yes, I thought it would be wise to assess the situation. But as I said before, there was nothing to see. The hideout appeared as it always had. And the victim's body? It was nowhere to be found. Acolyte Fey must have already disposed of it and anything else incriminating. So you saw the rebel hideout. It looked like it does in this photo. Yes, I would say that is how it appeared that day. The stone slab had been put back in place. Rebel hideout photo updated in the court record. Photo secret rebel hideout is just as Abbot Inmee saw and after the incident. Mr. Wright! Is it not time to concede defeat? No way, I just need a little more time. If you insist. Yeah, give the guy a break, you know? It was just as he saw it, huh? Oops. Sharp protruding feathers took Pere Zealot's life. It's also a revolving door. Well... My wife believed was in the kitchen cooking the entire time. When I listened to the tape later, I heard a man and woman quarreling. Sounded like altercation between Acolyte Zealot and Acolyte Fey. After that, there was a loud noise followed by haunting silence. I described the noise as a terrible crash. Poor Zealot, it must have been felt so heavy. I did not mean to do that actually. Oops. Tell the judge is growing impatient. There have been some change in both the testimony and the evidence. There could very well be an inconsistency somewhere. Gotta find him before he returns to the Twilight Realm. Yeah, we don't want that, obviously. Okay. Well, I would think maybe something like this would be the thing to go for. This kind of noise, a terrible crash pours out. It must have been so heavy. Oh, man. Oh, man. What is secret rebel hideout? It's just as Abbot Inmee saw it after the incident. Huh. But... I don't understand, though. I'm gonna go for that?
Objection!
I don't know why it's that, but it is that, though. Abbot Inmee, you said, and I quote, Poor zealot. It must have felt so heavy. Dot, 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 dot. Why do you think he felt something heavy? You said the hideout looked like it did in this photo. So there's nothing that would lead you to believe he had experienced a heavy feeling. True. Dot, 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 dot. The fact is, of course, a stone slab did fall over on the Acolyte Zealot, impaling him on the Warbod statue behind him. But that was only revealed through Benevolence's Divination Séance earlier. Would the defense please get to the point? My point is simply hearing a crashing sound. Shouldn't have automatically led him to conclude the victim was crushed to death. I still don't see your point. I'm saying that the High Priest knew. He knew how the victim was really killed. Interesting art we got there. Why? And that is information only the real killer could have known. Exclamation mark. I definitely saw it that time. The High Priest's spirit shaking in his boots, or should I say sandals. You know, I don't understand. Considering he's already dead, why does he not see the need to just say the truth and nothing but the truth? It's not like he can be punished. I mean, dude, if you killed him, just say you killed him, man. You can't even be punished anymore. You're already dead. Need I remind you that Abbot Inmee was with his magistrate at the time of the crime. Such an alibi precludes him from being the killer. That's true, so he can't be the killer. However, he knew how Zealot was killed, something only the killer could know. The discrepancy being resolved somehow. Well, Mr. Wright, we're waiting for an explanation. I was just getting to that. Time to think of something quick. High Priest knew something only the killer could have known because he heard it during the trial, he inferred it after the fact. He heard it from the real culprit. He must have heard how the victim died from the real killer. But I guess his reason to lie would be if it was his wife, then, you know, like, hey, you know, whoa. But then again, still, who killed him, though? Was it his wife? It could have still been his wife, maybe. Maybe he doesn't even know who killed him. The real killer. Of course, that makes perfect sense. I don't want to believe it, but this is the only possible explanation. So tell us, who is this real killer? Gotta be someone close to the High Priest. Someone without an alibi. So most likely to be Zealot's killer is...
Take that!
That's who I tried to insinuate the first time, but you know, whatever. I got to the point a little too early, I guess. Your Magistrate, while you were visiting the High Priest's home, you didn't see Mrs. Inmee at all, did you? No, I never saw her, but... what does that have to do with anything? Did the High Priest ever leave your sight? No, we were talking the entire time. Food was brought right to the room as entryway. So the High Priest has an ironclad alibi. But his wife does not. What the devil are you insinuating? I'm insinuating that Mrs. Inmee might have killed Acolyte Zealot. And that would be awful, obviously.
Objection.
You have a lot of nerve making such a baseless allegation. She had no motive to kill Acolyte Zealot. He was like family to her. No, can't entirely discount the idea. Especially if you consider that Mrs. Inmee could have been the one posing as Lady Kira. No, no, no. Even a fool must temper his foolishness at times. Talks about foolishness almost as much as freaking Franziska von Karma does. Well, okay, maybe not that much, but I mean, he does talk about it a lot either way. I mean, like, my gosh. I think him and Franziska would get along pretty well. Or do you truly believe Lady Kira would kill Acolyte Zealot though he was not a rebel?
Objection!
As we all know, the High Priest was secretly a rebel. It followed that his favorite disciple could very well be a rebel too. Are you suggesting that Mrs. Inmee killed her husband as well? As sad as it is to think she'd kill her own husband to rid the kingdom of rebels, I don't think we can rule it out. Dot 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 dot. Urk! Yikes! You claim my wife is that rebel-hunting Lady Kira, and that she slew both Zealot and myself. My lovely wife, that is utterly impossible. Urk! Yikes! I've never seen the High Priest so angry. It is Abbot Inmee, as Abbot Inmee stated, and the accused has already been found guilty of his murder. It's far too late to overturn it. That's right, Mr. Wright. Now apologize to the good priest before he gets angry again. Quickly now! No, I'm not going to apologize. Tridennial Lady Kira is a major piece of this trial's puzzle. Admit it, Abbot Inmee. Your wife, Lady Kira, killed you. Or, Lady Kira. Lady Inmee killed... Wait, what did he even say, Lady Inmee? Okay, he did say Lady Inmee. Lady Inmee killed you. Yet even now, you continue to lie in an effort to protect her. How absurd. It appears the lawyer has forgotten. My lovely wife could not possibly battle the rebels in the guise of Lady Kira. For we were blessed by her holiness, and she is with child. Praise be to the Holy Mother. Heck, I completely forgot about that. I didn't, but I mean, what does that have to do with anything? It could have just been a way to give her a means to not be there. That abominable Lady Kira figure who slew me and the Acolyte Zealot was the accused. This is bad, but I can't give up now. Don't forget my client doesn't have the strength to fight rebels either. Dot 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 dot. How could a weak young woman like her possibly? Oh yeah? You foolish oaf of a lawyer. If only you were as blessed as Lady Inmee. What? Surely the accused possesses the strength, or should I say the power. Power to battle those black-hearted rebels. Yeah, it's called a dagger. What are you talking about? My good prosecutor, I see you have come to the same conclusion as I. Such keen insight. And you have figured it out as well, Abbot Inmee. May I ask you to explain to this putrid-brained lawyer? Certainly, for I cannot allow him to frame my lovely wife for murder. Foreign devil! Your Majesty, allow me to testify as to how Maya Fey is the murderous Lady Kira. Well, it would assuage your anger. Then by all means, please testify. Okie dokie. Do it, I dare you. You won't. Witness testimony. Maya Fey is Lady Kira. Acolyte Fey channeled Lady Kira's spirit. She is a spirit medium who knows Lady Kira's true name, so she could have done it. So it was the real Lady Kira who returned to root out the rebels among us. Oh no, not among us. She attacked and killed me with a strength far beyond any mortal woman. But... Do you understand now? Murder by spirit channeling explains everything. The only way the accused could have defeated one rebel after another. Then shouldn't that technically make her innocent then? Because I don't even know anymore. Indeed, I am living, or shall I say, dead proof of her terrible power. Ah! Maya's ability to channel spirits has come back to haunt her. Now is it not time to let it go and move on, defense? No, never. I'll never give up. Now what? Think. Think! I'm gonna prove that Maya couldn't have channeled Lady Kira. That's for us to find out anyway, Phoenix. Cross-examination, Maya Fey is Lady Kira. Acolyte Fey, channeled Lady Kira's spirit. And we are just kind of hovering around the death zone too, so we gotta be careful. We gotta be very, very careful. Okay, how do you know that? My client channeled Lady Kira. Isn't that a little far-fetched? Far-fetched, you say? Why, the very fact that I am here proves she has the power to channel spirits. Ah. You have no proof she actually channeled Lady Kira. Oh, but I do. She is a spirit medium who knows Lady Kira's true name, so she could have done it. While it's true she may be capable of channeling Lady Kira, I doubt there's any proof she actually did. We are talking about the infamous Rebel Hunter here. That modern-day Lady Kira has captured many a rebel all by herself, and among them have been more than a few great warriors. Who but the real Lady Kira could have accomplished such a feat? It would be difficult for a mere mortal. Believes the real Lady Kira of legend as the only likely answer. Indeed. Is it not proof enough that the real Lady Kira of legend had been channeled? The real Lady Kira of legend, that's an oxymoron if I've ever heard one. And again, the people of Khura'in believe legends to be true. Yeah, that's true. So it was the real Lady Kira who returned to root out the rebels among us. Lady Kira is an actual person? And did you just make an Among Us reference? Oh no! Do you really believe there ever was a woman that powerful? One capable of battling rebels much bigger and stronger than herself? There is no way to prove that. But to doubt the existence of Lady Kira is to doubt Khura'inism itself. It is not for us to question, we must simply believe. Yeah, how dare you doubt our legends! You'll regret saying that, you Paul Kukin! Lady Kira's gonna strike it down! Oh, I won't get anywhere until I can refute their claims with some evidence. She attacked and killed me with a strength far beyond any mortal woman. A strength far beyond any mortal woman? And just how strong would that be? Need but look at the wound she inflicted upon my body. Though I had hoped to never have to think about that again. Your wound? It's pretty deep and there was a tremendous amount of blood. And while Acolyte Zealot was rather small in stature, he was strong. Nevertheless, he was no match for the sheer strength of Lady Kira. My spirit channeling is proof that she's Lady Kira? This is not good. I have to prove she didn't channel the original Lady Kira. And how exactly are we going to prove that? Lady Kira returns to battle rebels. The Lady Kira-like figure that appeared 2 years ago remains a mystery. Some town elders see her as Lady Kira in the flesh. Such rumors are fueling the enthusiasm of today's purification, right? What could it be, I wonder? What could it be, I wonder? Deep abdominal wound caused by a bladed weapon. The wound appears to have been inflicted by the warbond dagger used in the right. Mark on his face is one born from all members of the Khura'in clergy somewhere in the body's right. Well, I mean, I don't know, man. I'm just not sure at the moment, is the problem. Let's see. Wait, hold on. On the day of the rite, the water in the spring was already stained red when Abbot Inmee and Maya arrived at the inner sanctum. Spring water was already stained red when we were out in the inner sanctum on the day of the rite. Okay. On the right, I know what you are planning, Lady Kira. Maya got in exchange for a Steel Samurai watch, pressing the Magatom belt plays the Plum Punisher theme song, which begins with some traditional Khura'in instruments. So the exotic sound makes it totally different, but it sounds exactly like the Steel Samurai theme song to me. That's not really going to prove anything then. But what about this? Whew. What can we do? What can we do here? I'm feeling a little stuck on this one. I am feeling a little stuck here. Pay tribute to the departed, express heartfelt sympathy. Deposit devotion, he has a peach-shaped tattoo on the shape of his neck, the nape of his neck. Huh. Cause of death was a spinal cord injury from a stab wound to his back. The weapon is thought to be the War Dagger, the same weapon used to kill the High Priest. Dagger model after a warbot said to have been used by Lady Kira. Picture Maya and the High Priest family taken during the Feast of Blessing on the Day of the Right or the Right. I don't know what this would prove, if anything. Family photo was taken during the Feast of Blessings, where it's customary to partake in dishes made with ginjil. Dishes were made prepared during the feast, which starts at noon on the day before the rite, and must be finished by 3 p.m. the same day. Okay. Usual spot, bring grub, the key to. Priest is acting as Lady Kira representative must know her name. That doesn't prove anything wrong. Speaking this name is unforgivable. Lack this knowledge. With knowledge deep in your heart and devote yourself to prayer. Can't you only do it by speaking the name, channel the spirit? Oh, I wish I could go back to Maya to see if she needed to know the name for that too. I'm gonna sneeze. Can we just do the same thing again? Just channel the other dude? If we channel the other dude, then we could literally maybe we could get an idea of what he was doing, I guess. Maybe. Right? I don't even know. Name of Raymond says what criminals will be deemed just as guilty. I just wonder. I don't even know, man. I don't even know what I'm doing now. I mean, it could be that too, but it doesn't seem as likely though. You did run straight into it. Was a real Lady Kira returned to rid the rebels among us? She's obscure medium. Maybe that's what I gotta challenge. Maybe she's not allowed to say the name. Maybe she has to do it in the channeling. I'm not really sure, actually.
Objection!
Yeah. Boom! Nailed it! Tome of Secrets is only given to the priestess who performs a purification rite. Is this your proof that my client could have channeled Lady Kira? Yes, indeed. Or contains the true name of Lady Kira, a secret only revealed within. Abbot Inmee. I'm afraid you're mistaken. This couldn't have been used to channel Lady Kira. What nonsense! Mr. Wright, would you care to explain? This is why my client couldn't have channeled Lady Kira. What? I don't seem to know the issue here, actually. I actually really don't know the issue here. What could it be? I don't really know. Priest acting as Lady Kira's representative must know her name. That name is Imsan. His name is unforgivable. Lock this knowledge deep in your heart and devote yourself to prayer. I literally don't have a gosh darn clue. What am I pointing at? I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't know. Why couldn't Maya channel Lady Kira? What? What? I don't really know what I'm gonna select. Dude, I literally don't know, man. Okay, I need to look at this again. Let's see. This couldn't have been used. What nonsense? What could it be, though? What could it be? I actually don't know this one. This is gonna lead me to a guilty verdict here, probably. What to do? Wait! But... It does say Lady Kira, though, but then again, a wife should know that, too, so it's not like that's a thing, either. Not the feet, not the legs, not the hand? Why that? Why this? Why the mask? Why that? Wait. Wait, am I seeing that right? Did the mask not have the little 3 things on it, or is that actually there? I can't really tell in that picture. What's the issue? I don't really know. What could it be? Everyone, you guys know what the answer is? Because I don't have a clue. I feel like I'm just going to guess something randomly and get it wrong. I'm going to do that, actually. Huh. What do you know? Lady Kira's face is hidden behind a mask in the Tome of Secrets. You both a name and a face to channel his spirit. Wow. I didn't think about that. It can't be! Without a face, it would have been impossible for my client to channel Lady Kira. Oh my! Therefore, the claim that she became Lady Kira by means of spirit channeling is patently false. Alright, I got a little lucky there anyway. Gah. With Lady Kira out of the equation, my client had no motive to commit murder. But then, who is the rebel hunting Lady Kira we've been reading about in the paper? Yes, who is this other suspect, if indeed there is one at all? Let us hear the defense's brilliant deduction. Think. The true identity of Lady Kira is the key to solving both murders. Mrs. Inmee was suspicious, but her pregnancy takes her out of the running. Mr. Arbal is a rebel, so that doesn't make sense. That leaves us with... Mr. Wright, you have that look again. The one where you know you have to say something, but you can't figure out what it is. It's my chance to really turn up the heat. I have to stir the pot until something floats to the top. Your Majesty, I know who's been posing as a rebel hunting Lady Kira. You do? Are you sure about that? Yes, completely. I sense that I may regret this, but please go on and explain. Thank you, Your Majesty. This is who's been posing as the rebel hunting Lady Kira. It was Emma Skye! No, I'm kidding. But who? It's not him. It can't be her. It's certainly not Emma. It wouldn't make sense for it to be him either. Sadmati wouldn't make any sense. It wouldn't make any sense for it to be her. If it's not her, then who the frick is it then? Are you guys kidding me right now? Like, come on now. What is this? As I may regret this, so please go on ahead. Thank you. I see. With Lady Kira out of the equation, my client had no motive to commit murder. Who's the rebel hunting Lady Kira we've been reading about in the paper? I don't really know. I don't really know at all. It's the key to solving both murders. That leaves us with who, though? The only thing that would make any sense would be like, oh, okay, like, maybe it was him, but that wouldn't make any sense still either. Him doing it wouldn't make any sense either, because then Maya would have noticed that, right? Man, I don't even know anymore. I quite literally don't know. I feel like it's a 50-50 shot. It's either... It can't be her. That wouldn't make any sense. So it's got to be either Prey Zealot or the High Priest himself. I don't know. I do not know at all. Wait. Still, it doesn't make any sense, though. Why would they be hunting themselves, though? What do we do? I still don't feel right about this either, because, I mean, this seems like she could have been the one who did it. How do we support her claim otherwise, though? I don't care, I'm gonna say it anyway. Why do you believe that is the true identity of Lady Kira? Wait, don't answer. Even your putrid brain could not possibly explain such a deranged response. I'm far past anger now, I can only laugh at such foolishness. There may be tears of laughter, but rest assured there is no mirth here for you. This is no laughing matter. Think about that again. Who could posing as Lady Kira? Cross off all the unlikely suspects. There's only one name left on the list. There is no names left on the list, though. Khura'in teaches us to be merciful, so in that spirit, I'm giving you another chance. Who do you believe is posing as Lady Kira? There is no one, though. Like, literally every name is crossed off this list. I don't know what the heck you're freaking talking about, man. He's a rebel. Crossed off the list. She's crossed off the list because pregnant. I don't know why that would cross off the list, but it does apparently. He's a rebel. Crossed off the list. Princess. Crossed off the list. Prosecutor. Crossed off the list. Rebel. Crossed off the list. Scientific investigator. Crossed off the list. Accused. Crossed off the list. Child. Crossed off the list. Everyone's crossed off the list. What are you talking about, Phoenix? There's no one. There's no one. What to do? I don't really know what to do. Just say that it's him because he's on the witness stand, maybe? Frickin' crud, man. Guilty verdict, here we are. Yes, we've done it again. Second guilty verdict of the case. We have officially passed case number 1 for the most guilty verdicts in the game. Oh boy. I knew this was going to be hard in case 1. I knew it. I knew it. It's officially happened too. Blah, 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 blah. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. Should have given my strikes back after that intermission, I swear, but no. Didn't they used to do that in the older games? They used to, like, do that? I don't remember, actually. How did Dual Destinies handle it? Was it a bar or was it 5 strikes? I can't remember, actually. Alright, well. The only other one I can even think to try would be Prey Zealot. If it's not Prey Zealot, then it's the freaking princess, I guess. I don't know, man. This is who's been posing as a rebel hunter, Lady Kira. You. It doesn't make any sense, man. It doesn't make any sense. Because then how did... But he was already dead, though. So I don't get it. True identity of the rebel hunting Lady Kira we seek is... Prey Zealot. So that makes sense. What is this? High Priest murdered disciple was Lady Kira, you say? Where's the logic? He was dead before freaking Abbot Inmee was dead. Peace, I say, peace. I should have just went with freaking him and then Prey Zealot. But, you know, I'm too stupid, you know? I'm too stupid, man. I'd still at least have 1 strike left, but oh man. Defense will continue. Yes, your majesty. I whittled down the list of suspects until there was only 1 left. Yeah, I didn't. I couldn't do that. The process of elimination is not the same as solid evidence. So you have evidence to back up your claim. Yes, of course. I'll have some in a moment, that is. At least I hope so. Why, it wasn't Lady Kira, neither was it Mrs. Inmee, or any of the other possibilities. That leaves Zealot, and I have the evidence to prove it. The evidence that proves Acolyte Zealot was posing as Lady Kira is this. The only thing I can really think of would be... That? I was thinking maybe like it flipped around or something, and then maybe like when it came out on the other side, you could see him in the Lady Kira costume or something. But I guess not. This proves he was Lady Kira. I fail to see your point. Of course you don't. I just wanted to throw that out there and see what happened. Well, here's your answer. Curiosity's killing my case. Well, that would have been my game over right there anyway. Now then, I've asked your defense once more. What proof do you have that the victim himself was Lady Kira? The evidence that proves Acolyte Zealot was posing as Lady Kira is this. This?
Take that.
This is what proves that Acolyte Zealot was Lady Kira. Lady Kira's warning letter. How absurd. What could that possibly prove? Prosecutor Saad Madhi. Sayada's warning letter proved that my client was Lady Kira. And the reason you gave was the High Priest's house was locked tight. But there was another member of the family who lived there. Ah. Therefore, Acolyte Zealot could have delivered the warning any time he wanted. What is he talking about? That is not possible! You're saying Lady Kira was not the culprit, but rather the victim? That's exactly what I'm saying. But that would overturn the entire premise of the case! This trial has proceeded on the assumption Lady Kira is behind the serial killings. Lady Kira is one of the victims. Who was the killer and what was their motive? The only suspect left is Mrs. Inmee. There's only one possible motive. What if Mrs. Inmee is a rebel? What? Fiend, you're still bent on casting suspicion upon my lovely wife. Blasphemer, you have no evidence of this. Repent for the mistrust in your soul.
Objection.
Well, you have no evidence either. After all, the dagger with my client's prints on it wasn't what killed Acolyte Zealot. And the Plum Punisher theme that we heard could have been an alarm clock. That means all the evidence linking her to the crime has been called into question. Was Lady Inmee a rebel, and did she pose as Lady Kira to kill Acolyte Zealot? Or was Acolyte Zealot a rebel, and was the accused the Lady Kira who killed him? I would say that either scenario is just as likely. What are we to do now? Hold it. The alarm clock, you say? Do you mean the one in the rebel hideout? Yes, but what of it? Ha 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 ha. So that's it. Ha 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 ha. What's gotten into him? Everything. Ha 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 ha. Abbot Inmee, just what is so comical? Forgive my outburst. That has simply tickled my funny bone. What did? The theme song came from the Plum Punisher clock, you say? That alarm could not possibly have gone off. Didn't we hear it when we were in the freaking hideout? What makes you say that? The clock was working just fine the last time I checked. Try using your head for a change. Would not the existence of a secret hideout be given away if an alarm kept going off? Wait, you don't mean... Indeed, we leave the alarm switch off at all times. No! Why would the alarm be there at all, then? In that case... I am sad to say that the defense's claim does not hold wet water. Would you care to respond, Mr. Wright? Oh, this can't be happening. Not now. We should put an end to the lawyer's futile struggles. The theme song the victim heard was from the accused strap, just as we suspected. Therefore, the accused is the rebel hunting Lady Kira and the victim's killer. I need an opening. Something I can raise an objection to. That Plum Punisher theme song Acolyte Zealot heard in his final moments. I too heard it by way of the listening device. But did you really? If you had heard it, why didn't you testify to that fact before? Is it not obvious? I did not know such a tune could become a key matter of dispute. Yes, the matter of the theme song came up before Abbot Inmee was channeled. Oh, right. Well then, what if he's lying about the clock's alarm being switched off? Miserable wretch. That would be a pointless lie, one easily disproven. If you check the clock, you will see that the alarm is in fact switched off. I couldn't think of it. What a fine item. And a switch, if I'm right. Let's switch back into the off position before we left. I remember hearing it clearly. Those distinctive taiko drums in the intro are etched into my mind. They went... Daka don 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 don. I have no idea, man. I have no idea. Distinctive taiko drums in the intro? This trial has gone on far too long. Shall we move ahead to the verdict phase now? By all means, and let us return Abbot Inmee's spirit to the Twilight Realm. Before I go, let me say a word to my darling wife.
Objection!
Whoa, you can't say anything to your wife right now, good sir. Now hold on just 1 minute. Your Majesty. Yes? High Priest's statement is inconsistent with a certain piece of evidence. It is? Still you writhe in defiance of your fate. The very sight reminds me of a tortured soul writhing in flames. You'll be saying that once I show you the evidence. Now all I have to do is pick the right one. This piece of evidence is inconsistent with the statement about the taiko drum intro. Let's see. Pressing the magatama on the belt plays the Plum Punisher theme song, which begins with some traditional Khura'in instruments. Since the exotic sound makes it totally different, but it sounds exactly like the Steel Samurai theme song to me. That doesn't prove anything wrong, does it? Well, what else would it be? It says taiko drum, but, I mean, is a taiko drum a Khura'inese instrument? I don't know, actually. That might be what I have to present, but I'm not sure, though. I don't feel like it's very clear anyway. Not very clear at all. Is that the Rebel hideout orb in the background? Just kind of noticed that randomly. Let's see. Nope. 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 I got no clue, man. I'm just gonna go present the freaking Plum Punisher strap, I guess.
Take that.
This is what's inconsistent with the statement. My client's Plum Punisher strap. What does that have to do with anything? It plays the Plum Punisher theme song. And here it is. The theme to the Plum Punisher Warrior of Neo Twilight Realm. Do you see what I mean? No, I don't. The music the victim heard in his final moments might not have been the Plum Punisher theme song. You trying to say it's a Steel Samurai theme, then? I'm afraid I'm not following you. What was it if not the Plum Punisher theme? His final moments, Acolyte Zealot heard Prayers of the People, a song for the Dance of Devotion, the Steel Samurai theme. There are no taiko drums in the intro of the Plum Punisher theme. So what Acolyte Zealot actually heard in his final moments was the theme of the Steel Samurai Warrior of Neo Tokyo. Peace, 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 I say! Mr. Wright! What is this Steel Samurai which you speak? Steel Samurai Warrior of Neo Old Tokyo is an action hero show from America. The Plum Punisher theme is a total is very similar to it. If you didn't know about the Steel Samurai, you could easily mistake the two. But the fact that Acolyte Zealot heard music from an American action hero show is irrefutable evidence that the accused was in the secret hideout. Actually, no. You have it backwards. But backwards? That's right, Mrs. Fey met an avid Plum Punisher fan here in Khura'in. Did she ever mention who it was? She never said who she got it from. Okay. As a token of their friendship, she traded a certain Steel Samurai item she had for the Plum Punisher strap. And this avid Plum Punisher fan was the one who killed Acolyte Zealot? Yes. And that avid fan is none other than the High Priest's wife, Believe in Me. Do you have evidence to back up this claim, Mr. Wright? For as forgiving as the Holy Mother is, I doubt she would tolerate yet another dose of your baseless slander. What the frick? You should prepare yourself to face her holiness' wrath. Oh, I'm prepared to turn this entire case upside down, that is. It's my last chance. I better take a deep breath and review the evidence. Very well then, please present your evidence if you would, defense. The evidence that proves Mrs. Inmee was the one who killed Acolyte Zealot is this. I don't know. I literally don't know. I literally don't know. I'm gonna be guilty if I get this wrong, and I don't know. This is horrible. I literally do not know. Everyone, you know what the answer is? Do you know what the answer is? Do I need to look over all the evidence right now? Just right now. This proves Mrs. Inmee was the one who killed Acolyte Zealot is this. Her statement, maybe? Family photo was taken during the Feast of Blessings, where it's customary to partake in dishes made with ginjil. Dishes are only prepared during the feast, which starts at noon on the day before the rite. Must be finished by 3 p.m. the same day. I don't know. I don't know. Whoa, 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 whoa. I have no idea, man. I got no idea. I got literally no clue. What could the answer be? Nobody knows. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. What about the microphone, huh? What about the freaking microphone, huh? What could the answer be? I don't know what it is. Okay. Okay. I don't really know at all, actually. What do you do? You're gonna be guilty now. I'm gonna just say the... Who wrote this again? What to do? I don't actually know. Bring the grub. I'm taking a shot at this. Okay, that's not it. We lost. Third guilty verdict of the case. Do you see this piece of evidence? Oh gosh, there's a freaking mosquito on my monitor. Oh no. Oh no, I don't like that at all. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. Oh boy. I got it! I got it! Okay, okay, okay. Jeez Louise. I'm just gonna go ahead and just... Yeah, it's got some blood in it. That's definitely a mosquito, alright. Oh boy. Anyway, I'm just gonna finish this now. What's Steel Samurai fan and fanatic wouldn't be tickled pink to have one of these? Objection. Jeez. We are neither Steel Samurai fans nor fanatics. You would be not using this nonsense as a means to befuddle us, would you? Saw right through that, did you? Mr. Wright, I have warned you before. Keep this up and I really will have your tongue plucked out. Hate mosquito season, I swear. I have heard enough. This trial need not be drawn out any longer. Defense has failed to counter the charges filed by the prosecution. In accordance with the law, I invoke the defense code. Yeah. So, I wonder if that mosquito got me, because that was a lot of blood out of that mosquito. But jeez. I think I have some toilet paper just sitting right next to me at all times. Just get that and crush it, man. Don't crush it with my hand. It'd be bad. Try again. Try again, yes. I have no idea. I mean, I guess I could just trial and error this until I get the right answer, I suppose, but... Gee, so it would have been 5 if I'd had it like that too, huh? It's ridiculous. The family photo? Of course it's a family photo. It's right here in this family photo. Proof that Mrs. Inmee and Miss Fey traded items featured... Wait, was that actually in the picture? I didn't see that at all. Oh my gosh, it's so, like, it's so hard to see it, honestly. Honestly, I kind of forgot Maya was even holding that in the picture too. Like, it's so blurry and stuff, it's like, it's really hard to tell, honestly, but I guess they are holding him. Uh-huh. A family photo? What exactly should we be looking at here? Proof that they exchange items featuring the favorite characters is right here. Right there. Look at Mrs. Inmee's left wrist. You can see the Steel Samurai's trademark top knot right there. Dot 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 dot. Clearly makes this a Steel Samurai watch. Hog! Why, I never knew your wife had such a hobby, Abbot Inmee. His family photo was taken right before Acolyte Zealot was murdered. By that point, my client had the Punisher strap and Mrs. Inmee had the Samurai watch. So what the victim heard in his final moments was none other than the sound of the watch Mrs. Inmee was wearing. I wish to amend my testimony. What I thought were Taiko gems was something else. My wife never had such a watch. Bruh. It's literally on her wrist. It's the truth, I tell you. You must believe me, your majesty. Be not deceived by the defensive lawyerly chicanery. Now what? He's been pretty quiet up to this point. What does he have up his sleeve? There's a big gaping hole in this flimsy claim. A big gaping hole? I don't think so. Oh no, I'm afraid it is there, alright. It's like the big gaping holes in your putrid brain. My brain is neither putrid nor full of holes. I'm not a zombie after all. Says the dead lawyer walking. He who is narrow of vision focuses on what is before him, never seeing the big picture. Or as they say in your country, you cannot see the forest for the trees. Or it is as you said. When Lady Inmee, the rebels slew Acolyte Zealot, the rebel hunting Lady Kira. The rebel hunter would have been dead before the High Priest was slain. Oh, that means High Priest could not have slain the rebel hunting Lady Kira. Ah, how could I have missed that? I'm confused. So tell me, who are you going to say killed the High Priest now? No! I don't know. Do you finally understand the sheer size of the holes that riddle your putrid brain? Ah, I'm in hot water now. Or how many other suspects in the High Priest's murder? If you mind the zombie, you should have begun your journey into the Twilight Realm long ago. Now let it go and move on. No, I will never give up. I need to think things through and figure out who really killed the High Priest. Yeah, we're gonna go through one of these now. If Acolyte Zealot had been Lady Kira, he couldn't have killed the High Priest. So the question is, who did? Maybe I can get to the bottom of this by reviewing the events of this case in order. What evidence could tell me something about the crime scene before the murder? Maya's testimony? String was stained red before the rite. Alright, Maya said that the spring had been stained red before the rite even began. Spring was already red before the High Priest murder because of Zealot's blood. Spring was stained red by Zealot's blood. I still don't understand how they didn't find traces of his blood inside the spring, though. That's right, Zealot had been killed in the rebel hideout the day before the rite, and his blood had flowed into the spring. Wait a second, the High Priest knew that Zealot had been killed in the hideout, so why didn't he report to the authorities? If Maya had been the killer, he could have easily had her arrested on the spot. Why didn't the High Priest inform the authorities right then? To keep the hideout hidden? He wanted to keep the hideout secret. He reported Zealot's murder. The authorities would find out about the hideout. That's what he was worried about. But by going through with this rite, High Priest risked having Maya see the spring running red with blood. Why do you have to go through with the rite? Set up the scene during it? I don't think it'd kill Maya anyway. Use a right to cover things up. Want to set up the crime scene to conceal the hideout. How was he planning on concealing the source of the blood in the spring? He used Maya's blood. He used his own blood. He emptied the spring. That's kind of a thought I was thinking too, that he used his own blood there. Stained the spring with his own blood. Concealed the source of the blood with his own. That was how he kept the rebel hideout a secret. So I was starting to fall into place. It was a suicide. And who killed the High Priest? It was Maya. Yeah, I'm totally gonna say Maya at this point. Oh boy. A third... Oops, no. Trust himself. Whoa. Trust's death was a suicide. I can't believe it. High Priest took his own life to keep the rebel hideout a secret. That's kind of going a little above and beyond anyway. Jeez Louise. High Priest wasn't murdered by anyone. Took his own life to keep the rebel hideout a secret. What? What? What's this? Yeah, you heard it right. Dot 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 dot. The High Priest committed suicide? I've never heard anything more absurd. The lawyer has placed a stain on the good priest's death with his putrid brain. His putrid gaping holes are as large as the hole in his logic. What hole? You still fail to understand. You truly cannot see the forest for the trees. Claim the High Priest took his own life. Have you considered who brought the dagger to the Plaza Devotion? Ah! When the High Priest was killed, the dagger was thrust into Acolyte Zealot's dead body. Only the accused Maya Fey could have done that. It is as Prosecutor Prasad Mati says. The claim is rather porous in its logic. Your evidence is too weak. Can I prove that the High Priest took his own life to conceal the rebel hideout? Urk. They're right, the dagger was impaled in Zealot's body. His body had been placed at the plaza the previous day. Well, Mr. Wright, would you care to respond? Zealot's body was already in the plaza the day before the rite. What if the dagger was also already in him at the time? The dagger was never at the inner sanctum. It was moved by Maya, moved by Trust's soul. Trust died in it by a different weapon? Of course, that's it. What is it? There was no need to move the dagger. It had already been stabbed in Acolyte Zealot's body the day before the rite. What? So that means... What does that mean? It means the dagger wasn't the weapon that took the High Priest's life. But no weapon was ever found at the inner sanctum. You will not listen to reason, then I insist you prove your assertion. Show us what you believe the real murder weapon to be. A real weapon? Got nothing, but I know there had to be a real weapon there there. Maybe if I think back on the trial thus far, I'll spot the clue I need. Well, will the defense care to tell us what the real murder weapon is? It's what really killed the High Priest. That.
Take that.
What really killing him has been at the inner sanctum all this time. Its lethality had already been demonstrated by the late Acolyte Zealot. That's right. It was a Warbod statue. Pokunga! You believe that the statue claimed both victims' lives? Would you care to chime in, Abbot Inmee? No, he lies. Pay him no heed. Why, it's... Oh, hi there. Lady Inmee. Darling, don't you think this has gone on long enough? Believe, no! Your Majesty, my wife knows nothing. Please, Abbot Inmee, let your wife speak. No, Lady Inmee, please continue if you would. It's that time again. And what time would that be? 2:30 in the afternoon, the time my husband conducts his daily prayers. And the time Pare was slain. Da 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 da. See, look at this. That sound, it's the Steel Samurai alarm. I too would like to pray at the same time as my dear husband. So I set an alarm to remind me each day, but I had no idea it would come to this. Dot 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 dot. No, stop! She knows not what she speaks. Your Majesty, I am the one who slew Acolyte Zealot. Why is she admitting it, though? I don't get why she's admitting this. She didn't need to admit this. Abbot Inmee. Bailiff, summon a physician at once. A physician? Oh no. The physician is now attending the high priest, so there is no need to fear. Now let us continue. And what about the half of him called Maya that's still among the living? Good question. Mrs. Inmee, will you tell us everything you know? The truth is, I am a rebel just like my husband. This tragedy unfolded before the rite during the Feast of Blessings. I'd gone to the rebel hideout to prepare it for Death's escape. And that's when Acolyte Zealot suddenly appeared? Yes. Hooray was shocked when he saw me there. Acolyte Zealot did not know you were a rebel. I do not believe he did. I believe he was there simply to investigate the hideout. And then he suddenly came face to face with Mrs. Inmee. So the true identity of the rebel-hunting Lady Kira was Pare Zealot? Yes. He was a member of the secret police, serving directly under the Minister of Justice. Secret police? And this is what he said to me. I can kill rebels with impunity. The Justice Minister has my back. So you're telling me that... Okay, both of them were rebels. Abbot Inmee knew about this. And that he was trying to cover for his wife, basically. That's what happened. Oh, okay. That makes sense. I can kill rebels with impunity. The Justice Minister has my back. He's using his position within their secret police to deal us rebels a heavy blow. Murder sanctioned by the Crown is still murder. Yeah.
Even without the DC Act, Dirk and his insurgent scumbuddies' days are numbered.
What's that supposed to mean?
Let's just say I got a little trick up my sleeve, so I'd watch it if I were you. But you got a defiant attitude like one of them dragon dupes.
Trick up Minister Inga's sleeve was Lady Kira. No, this can't be. My father would never. This must be a bolt out of the blue for Rafa. Explains why Acolyte Zealot abandoned his real name. Yes. He even went as far as covering up the tattoo that all Khura'in's clergy members receive. Lady Kira was a member of the Secrets Police. That explains why no order was given to investigate her attacks. I'm not alone in hearing this for the first time. But, this cannot be. Yes, that's true! The Justice Minister is sanctioning state-sponsored murder? Peace! Now, Lady Inmee, please continue. Khura'in suddenly lunged at me when I pushed a stone slab towards him with all my might. But I never meant for what happened next to occur. Allow me to take it from here. Abbot Inmee, are you sure you're alright now? I am sorry you had to see that. But you need not worry about me. I am already dead. Please, we need to know what was so important that you would take your own life. After I learned that my wife had accidentally slain Zealot, I chilled his body with snow to make it seem as if he had died more recently than he did. And I later moved to the Plaza of Devotion and inserted the dagger into his wound. The plaza was empty at the time, for it was before prayer time had started. Finally, I placed his body in the prayer pose, knowing that no one would notice anything was wrong until the rite had concluded. It is perfectly plausible that no one would disturb him if he seemed to be praying. We do treasure our prayer time, after all. So you admit you tried to pin this crime on Maya Fey? Yes, this was all my doing. I never told my wife of my plan. But surely she would have tried to stop me. How'd you get Miss Fey's fingerprints on the dagger? I had her hold it while we were rehearsing the rite the day before. And right before the rite, I drugged her with a sleeping agent. Then I put Lady Kira's robes over the Warbod statue. That means I was probably already groggy by the time the rite started. Finally, I ended my own life, to ensure that the crime would appear to have been Acolyte Fey's own hand. But when your body was discovered, Lady Kira's robes were on the ground. How'd they end up there if they were on the statue? After I impaled myself on one of the statue's dagger-like feathers, I used the last ounce of my strength to hurl my body backwards. As I did, I grabbed onto the robes, taking them with me, as I fell back onto the ground. How terrible! What possessed you to do such a thing? You need to have committed suicide simply to frame the accused. Prosecutor Saad Mahdi, as one well-versed in our kingdom's legal system, I would expect you of all people to understand. Understand what? This kingdom's legal system, Mrs. Inmee's crime, your suicide. It can't be. That would be sadder than sad. Why, I believe the defense knows of what the High Priest speaks. Yes, I finally understand. Explains why the High Priest took his own life. Explains why he took his own life? I actually don't know the answer to this. But I'm not getting a strike, it seems. Why he would take his own life? That? And now, pray tell, does that explain why he took his own life? Man, I get a guilty verdict still. Don't you see? The reason is right here. There is nothing to see, for that bears no relation to the question at hand. Oh, did I get it wrong? Why would the High Priest commit suicide? For his wife's sake, then maybe. Now I finally understand why the High Priest took his own life. Explains why the High Priest took his own life. Wait, is it because of the child? Where's the evidence pertaining to that, though? Nope. Where could it be? I don't actually know. Is there evidence for that? Because I don't know if there is evidence for that. This? Defense Culpability Act. Circumstantial evidence supports Mrs. Inmee's killing of Miss Acolyte Zealot in self-defense. However, it would be next to impossible to prove without a lawyer. That's why the High Priest wanted to pin the crime on Maya Fey. You have to see what that has to do with his suicide. In Khura'in, Divination Séance is the most important piece of trial evidence. High Priest wanted to frame Miss Fey as a serial killer. It was a clever plan in which he made sure he'd see Lady Kira in his final moments. The lawyer speaks true. That is why I placed Lady Kira's robes upon the Warbod statue. I made it seem that Acolyte Fey was the rebel-hunting Lady Kira. Hold it. But... are you saying you used my Divination Séance to produce false evidence? Forgive me your benevolence. But it was the only way to help my lovely wife. If you'd approached me first, I could have proved that the murder was in self-defense. Perhaps. But I had little faith in lawyers despite being a rebel. How utterly foolish to cast away one's life for such a reason. Must have been other ways to cover up the crime. Yet had I done so, my wife would rush to my defense. And when the case went to trial, she would suffer the same fate as I under the Defense Culpability Act. I could not have lived with myself had she been convicted because of that fiendish man. This cannot be. All I have done under the laws of our kingdom. It has all been... Poor Rafa, she's really taken this hard. But I can't say I'm surprised. Mr. Phoenix Wright, it is time to show the might of your legal prowess. You mustn't allow another innocent soul to be charged under that despicable law. Of course, I'll do whatever I can. What I have done to you and Acolyte Fey is unforgivable. I can only offer my most humble of apologies. Your Majesty. Yes? I ask that you please look after my wife. You have my word. Your benevolence, it is time that I return to the Twilight Realm. The Magatama of Parting, if you please. Very well. Your benevolence. Please, allow me the honor. Yes, it would be more fitting for you to send him on his way. Mrs. Inmee. Darling, I'm so glad I was able to see you one last time. Thank you for everything. Oh, good thing you put everything back on top anyway. I'm sorry to leave you like this, my love. But now you can watch over me from the world beyond. Yes, always and forever. And with every breath I take, my darling, I'll be thinking of you. This episode's so long I could have basically squeezed in another episode. But that's okay. Extra long episodes are pretty gosh darn cool. This is kind of neat, not gonna lie. The animation. Farewell, my darling trust. Aw, man. What a shame all this stuff had to happen. The High Priest has returned to the Twilight Realm. Maya. I feel great. I guess that means he didn't leave any regrets behind. Oh! What about the trial, Nick? It's over. It's a sad reality born of love, and a great tragedy born of the Defense Culpability Act. Well, I see no need to continue this trial. Does the prosecution have anything to say? Mr. Phoenix Wright, I owe a debt to you. One that I will pay back in court someday. Did I see him shed a tear, or was I just seeing things? Now to deliver today's verdict and overturn that of yesterday's trial. Respect to all current and previous charges against them. Hereby declare the accused Maya Fey and her defense Phoenix Wright not guilty! Oh yeah! We have done it. We've gotten the not guilty we were looking for at long last. Butterflies, whoa. Come on, have one go on your finger, Sadmati, like you always do. Would have been fitting. I thought. I think. I thunk. I thunketh. I don't even know. May 12th, 4:20, yeah, PM. High Court of Khura'in. Accused lobby. So I was thinking, Nick, the legal system here is really stacked against the defense. It's totally unfair. Yeah, it even forced the High Priest to make the ultimate sacrifice just to protect his wife. It's just so sad. Protect the status quo or join the revolution. If the real Lady Kira were here, I wonder which side she would take. Dot 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 dot. Your benevolence. Huh? What? I was just wondering, are you alright? Quiet, you. How could I possibly be alright? Dot 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 dot. Yeah, she's not doing well at all. Who do you think you are, suddenly appearing before me, trampling my insights underfoot and plunging the Hall of Justice into utter chaos? You desecrated my mother and father's teachings, you soulless infidel! Oof, that was a bit more extreme than usual. What am I to do? I'd always believed that communing with the victim's minima would lead me to the absolute truth. Each time you overturn my insights, it's revealed that they serve to support false charges, rather than the truth. I'm left now with the heavy truth in my heart. I'm sorry, Rafa. Perhaps I am not worthy of hearing the voices of the minima. That's where you're wrong, your benevolence. What? Maya? How dare you? The role is to bring forth the voices of the minima into our world. If you don't do it, who will? You know nothing, Maya Fey. It was spirit channeling, not a divination seance, that brought the truth to light. How dare an outsider like you employ the Queen's secret art? What can I do? My spiritual power does not even approach yours. Ha ha ha. Is it not a cruel joke, the royal priestess bested by a lowly outsider? Don't be so hard on yourself. Why not? Is it not worth at least a laugh or two? You shouldn't talk like that! Huh? Listen, your benevolence. You were just fulfilling your duty, weren't you? And you're the one capable of performing Divination Séance, right? The station of Royal Priestess is not something to abandon lightly. The station of Royal Priestess. The people of your kingdom believe in you, but if you really mean all you just said, then what are they supposed to believe in? You know not what you speak. Actually, I kind of do. After all, I'm only here on training so I can become the master of my village back home. A village master, you say? I did not know. It seems I owe you an apology. For even today, I called you a neophyte practitioner. It's alright, your benevolence. Thank you for finally acknowledging me. A future queen and a future village master. I guess it shouldn't be a surprise, considering they may have had a common ancestor. Maya's right, your benevolence. Barbed head. Your insights were a crucial piece of evidence in this last trial. It doesn't matter if they weren't always 100% accurate. You should be proud of what you did. You played an important role in assuring that justice was served. And besides, your insights aren't the problem here. It's your kingdom's legal system. Without lawyers, your insights have come to be accepted as the sole truth. The Defense Culpability Act, which gave rise to that, is the root of it all. But that is the dangerous thinking of a rebel. Your benevolence! As Crown Princess, you were destined to rule this kingdom one day. That means there will be many things that you alone must determine. Things like how to keep your people happy, and what is true and what is false. And most importantly, what role you must play therein. I wonder if I am even up to that task. Knowing you, your benevolence, you're more than capable. I never heard Maya talk like this before. She's really come a long way. Boom. Oh, okay. What was that? It came from the hallway. Smoke! We better go check it out. Hurry! Mrs. Inmee. Mr. Wright, Acolyte Fey, I'm so sorry for what transpired. You're almost sentenced to death because of me. Uh-huh. I will make amends by picking up where my husband left off. I will see the revolution through, so nothing like this can ever happen again. But that is the depth of my love for my dearly departed husband.
Lady Inmee, we gotta hurry.
That voice, is that Mr. Arbal? I must tell the people, they must learn that the peace we enjoy is a false one. One built at the backs of innocents charged with false crimes under the odious DC Act. We have in our power to forge a society in which the law judges all of us fairly.
Hey there, PW. Wish we had more time to talk, but... Dirk, everything's ready. It's go time.
Dirk? There he is! Dot 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 dot. Wait, was that the rebel leader Dirk? After him! Don't let him get away! Power to forge a society in which the law judges all of us fairly. The start of a legal revolution. Dot 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 dot. Hey Nick! Hate to bother you while you're lost in thought. But I just got this great idea. What is it? The Steel Samurai versus the Rebel Dirk. I bet it'd make for another awesome TV show. And if we threw the Plum Punisher in there, everyone would go nuts over it. I'll never get that, what she sees in those shows. She's gonna know that no matter what happens, Maya will always be Maya. I know, right? And end? And no presenting evidence at the end of the case, I see. But anyway, everybody, that is the end of episode 3. Next up, episode 4, Turnabout Storyteller. On the next exciting episode, everyone. Well, anyway, it was a long episode, but let me know, everyone, what you thought about case 3. I thought it was pretty interesting. Sadly, ended up getting 3 guilty verdicts in this case, but I mean, what can you do? One of them was kind of BS because, like, it didn't seem super obvious, and at the same time, it's just like, hey, guess what? We're gonna get all of your strikes out in one go. Like, oh boy, that's just dumb. I feel like I should have had 2 game overs. No, it had to be 3. Had to be 3, because yay. Anyway, though, case 1, 1 game over. Case 2, 0. Case 3, 2 game overs. Or, I'm sorry, 3 game overs. So, reality is we got 4 game overs through 3 cases so far. So, what will case 4 have in store for us, everyone? Leave your predictions for how many game overs we'll have in case 4. And, of course, next episode tomorrow, we will begin episode 4. Turnabout Storyteller. What awaits us there? Who knows? But you'll find out soon! Until then, everyone, I will see you all later! Bye-bye! Hello, everyone. You've reached the end of this video, but before we go for the day, I'd just like to give a quick shout-out to the Tier 4 and 5 channel members, Phoenix Edgeworth, Acheron X2, Menthy, and Meister Papala. Thank you all for being awesome and supporting the channel. If you too would like to also get your name shouted out at the end of each video and live stream, shoutouts are available for all tier 4 and 5 channel members. I hope you all have an awesome day.
I'll see you all later.